Okay, this problem is about mixing some percents of some, whatever the chemical is. Sometimes it'll be alcohol. In this case, they're saying peroxide. Sometimes it'll be whatever, might be some specific chlorine or something else that's in chemistry. But, so for this peroxide, we have a 20% solution, and then we're going to mix it with a pure 100% solution. And when you do that, you're going to get something in between, in this case, a 40% solution. So in this case, we're also, when we're done, they want us to end up with 300 X liters of pure peroxide are added to 300. I think I set my problem up wrong. So I've got 300 of the 20% solution, and my X, read carefully. So the way I've set mine up, my 20% solution, which 20% is 0.2, I'm adding, whoops, I'm having, give me another color here. 300 liters of the 20%. So that's what I've got there, 300 of the 20%, and X liters of the pure. All right, so that means I've got 300 plus X of my total amount, 300 plus X, and it's 40%. So that would be 40 times each of this. So that would be, in my final mixture, if I've got 300 plus X total amounts, and it's 40%, multiplying those together, that would be the amount of peroxide in the mixture, my final mixture. So 0.4 times 300 is 120, 0.4 times X. Well, how much of the peroxide is in each of these? So 20% of the 300 here is peroxide. Clean this up since I read that problem wrong the first time. So 20% of this 300 is peroxide, and then of the X, the whole thing is pure peroxide. So if I add these two together, 0.2 times 300, I believe is 20% would be 60. And then add on the X, and that would be the amount of peroxide looking at these separately. And then here's the amount of peroxide if you look at the total final mixture. And so the amount of peroxide that we have in the problem, whether it's from each individual added together or if it's in the total in the end, those should be equal. So this would give me my equation to solve. So if I subtract 0.4 from a whole X, I'd have a 0.6X. And again, if you can do some of this in your head, that's awesome. To subtract this 60 from 120, I'd have 60. Divide by the 0.6, and I believe that's going to give you 100. You could go back and substitute that in, but that would be the way that I would set that problem up to explain it in this case. 100 liters of the pure peroxide, and that's what my X was the pure peroxide. So 100 for the problem I had, that's how I would set it up and work that problem.